Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Saturday, April the 30th, 2022. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined by the red hot Mr. Josh Crash Davis. Every time I looked, one of your guys was hitting a home run last night, man. Nice job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we were at a minor league baseball game last night with our church, and so I wasn't able to keep up with all that. But every time I looked on my phone and got an update, it seemed like somebody else was hitting a home run too. So it was definitely a good night.
Yeah, it was fun, and we had a lot of fun with our Coach Talk family and a bunch of new folks in there.
Yeah.
Our NBA showdown is cashed, and our MLB cashed, and then we got all of our golfers through the all-important cut. I mean, it was a fun day for us here.
Definitely a good night.
Well, excellent. We're going to dive into this slate. Looks like we have pretty decent weather. I saw the one game, the St. Louis game, I believe, was a little questionable. And then there was a Chicago game. Those two games, I think, had a little bit of weather issues. But other than that, we should be in pretty good shape. So we're going to go over the MLB aspect of things here. Look at some pitchers, prize picks, BVP stacks, and HR call. And guess what, Crash?
What's that?
I have my favorite stack, BVP, and HR call of the season so far.
Wow. Okay.
This is a 5-star MLB slate ranking for me.
Well, last night was for me, so I mean, it may not have been on the front end, but it turned out to be that way. I mean, we had so many guys hitting home runs. We had my home run call, Hunter Renfroe, hit 2 home runs.
Yeah.
We had the guy that filled in for Ronald Acuna Jr., Travis Demerit, hit an inside the park home run. It was nuts.
It was nuts. Well, hopefully my guys can follow up that performance there, and we may have some crossover guys. Again, we never go over them ahead of time because we want it to be fresh right here live and on the podcast. So this is going to be fun. We'll see what we've got today. No question about it. But appreciate everybody listening in. This podcast is presented by PrizePicks. If you go to prizepicks.com, sign up with the promo code Coach Talk, all one word, no space. They will match you dollar for dollar on your first deposit all the way up to $100. So that is a good thing. And is there a secondary offering that they have, Crash? Did something else come out?
For PrizePicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a deal yesterday where if you made a deposit, they would match it up to 100%, up to $100. For people that aren't new members, for existing members for the NBA playoffs. It was just a little one-day special, I think. I don't think it's going on anymore.
Okay. And keep an eye out for those. We reminded people in our Discord, but when you can take advantage of those, free money's free money, and PrizePicks does a great job with it. They just put it right in there. They don't, give you $5 at a time or whatever. So it works out great.
Right.
All right. Well, let's dive in head first here. Let's start out with pitchers. What's on the docket for today for you, pitching wise?
Well, as you mentioned, it's a 7-game slate, this main slate. There's no weather issues on the main slate. Like you said, there is a couple early slate games, the St. Louis game and the Chicago White Sox game. The St. Louis game especially looks like it's going to be postponed. The White Sox game, I think they'll play. But on the main slate, there's no weather issues. There's not a lot of pay-up options. I do like Clayton Kershaw a little bit. He's 10-5 on Fanduel, 10-3 on DK. He's kind of come back to earth in his last 2 starts, which you could expect that after what he did in Minnesota. But against Atlanta and San Diego, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't anywhere near what we need for him to be to hit value. And I think against Detroit, he's going to come up with a performance that's going to be somewhere in the middle of what he did against, Minnesota in the last 2 games. So probably 40, 45, somewhere around there fantasy score, which isn't, outstanding, but the way that it is in the National League now with the DH and everything, they're not striking out the pitchers like they used to. Right. So the scores have definitely come down. which you'll see that reflected on PrizePicks too with their fantasy scores they use. So I think Kershaw is a good pay up option. I do like Eric Lauer. He's 9,200 on FanDuel, 9,600 on DK. Had that game where he got a lot of help from Angel Hernandez on some of his strikeouts and had 13 strikeouts. But
yeah,
he's still been, solid command. He's only allowed one run in his last start against the Pirates before that. And of the current Cubs roster, only Yan Gomez has a hit against him, and most of their roster hasn't faced him before. So I do like Lauer at home against the Cubs.
Very nice. My pitcher that I'm targeting is Robbie Ray for Seattle against Miami. I think he's he's sharp right now. I think he's going to get out there against a team that is not hitting the ball well and dominate. So I want to throw Mr. Ray into the mix.
All right. I think he's on that like flex or turbo schedule or slate.
He is.
Right before the main slate, that like 6:35 Eastern start time.
He is. And I wanted to mention, we're providing mainly for the main slate here, but if we throw a guy in from the earlier, that little turbo mini or whatever, there are some folks that will play if there's an all-day slate available. And people are going to, when baseball's like this with all these different deals. So, want to throw out guys, not, if they're not on the main slate, still give you an opportunity to see who we like. So
I like that. I like that call.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, for my value pitcher, I'm looking at Chad Kuhl. He's 7,700 on FanDuel, 7,900 on DK. He's only allowed one run or less in all three of his starts, and he had 6 innings, struck out 4, and only allowed one run in his last start against Detroit. And before that, he had 6 shutout innings against the Phillies in Coors, who, in my opinion, is quite a bit of a better roster than what the Reds have right now. So I think that if we can get another start from him, that's going to be like that. I think he had like 41 fantasy points that game. So at less than 8K, that's a good value. So I do like Chad Kuhl, even though it's at Coors. I like him against the Reds.
Yeah, I like it. All right. So what about fade pitcher? That's always key.
Yeah. I think Kyle Gibson is somebody that I might target tonight in GPP. He's 8,200 on FanDuel, 9,100 on DK. He had a 7 shutout inning in his first start with 10 strikeouts against Oakland. But since then, he's just been kind of average. He's had like 3 and 4 runs he's allowed in his last 2 starts. And this Mets lineup has 4 guys that have hit 350 plus against him. And so I think that Eric Lauer or Chad Kuhl or even Eovaldi against Baltimore are going to be a better option in that price range than Kyle Gibson tonight.
Interesting. For me, it's Taijuan Walker going against Philadelphia. I think that he is statistically does not do well against the Philadelphia lineup. And that will play into pretty much of everything else I'm focusing on today out of this game. I just think it's the standout game I mentioned at the beginning, this Philly Mets game. And I'm going to find a way to play it wherever I can and however I can, because I think this one's going to be a lopsided one.
Yeah. And you should be able to get the Phillies at lower ownership than you normally would too, because of all the top, the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Rockies at Coors and stuff like that. So
exactly. And when, those are the 3 that you mentioned, well, both sides on a Colorado game and then Yankees, Dodgers, they're always going to get a chunk of that stack ownership. And it opens things up for games like this that I think is a standout game. So
I like that.
Will definitely see. All right. You want to just jump right over to PrizePicks, our presenting sponsor?
Yeah, I'm gonna check something real quick. So do you want to remind everyone of our promo code again?
Absolutely. Yes. If you want to jump in PrizePicks and you haven't already, they're fantastic for all the sports. We present PrizePicks selections for the NBA, MLB, and PGA, and we've been doing real well with all of them. And really, it's the hottest commodity in the industry. And if you want to sign up and get that free $100 for the first time through with PrizePicks, I'd highly recommend that. And you just use the promo code Coach Talk, and you'll be all set to go. I'm going to give you a couple of my PrizePicks selections here.
Okay.
They're both from the same team, so I know you have to be careful when you're building. They don't let you sometimes play some of the same guys and teams, and you got to mix it up. But I'll give you. I'm actually going to just throw 3 picks out there to you. Okay. And I'll let you finish getting your stuff ready because I love these 3 as well. I like Matt Olson over 6.5 fantasy points against Dunning from Texas. I think that he's a real solid play. I like him as a possibility to go deep. And then, the game I'm all over like a wet blanket here. I'm taking 2 Phillies against Tyon Walker. One is Bryce Harper over 7 fantasy points. The other is Rhys Hoskins over 6.5. And those 2 aren't even one of my top 2 plays from that game. So that's how much, which will sort of tell you which my stack is.
I'm going to be taking one of your plays then. There's no way that you don't have this.
You are not taking Schwarber from me.
Oh, no.
You can't take Schwarber. I'm playing Schwarber more than I would.
That play I just found. Yeah, that looks like a lock. But anyway,
Prize.
So I'll go back to the one I was going to use originally. That's
good.
Fine. All right, so I'm going to go with Eric Lauer over 27.5 fantasy score.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, he was, obviously lights out against the Phillies, but very solid against the Pirates too. And his command has been really good, which that's been the issue with him is he struggled with his command in the past. So his command's solid. He should put up good numbers. He can get some strikeouts. Also like his strikeout prop at 5. I think he can get, 6 to 8 probably. So I like that for him as well. So those are going to be my PrizePicks plays today since you took mine.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep an eye out too because the guys I like, Schwarber, etc., aren't on the PrizePicks board yet. So
he is now. Schwarber
is he on there?
Yeah, that's why I went to look. I was like,
well, he wasn't about 15 minutes ago.
You're not going to believe it when you see it. You might fall on the floor.
Is it like 5.5 or something?
No. He's got a prop of 0.5 bases.
What?
All you have to do is get a hit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right. Back up the Brinks truck. Let's get serious here.
Yeah. I might have to put some heavy money on that one.
Oh my Lord. Okay. That works for me. Yeah, that's something they just put up. And I'll tell you what, jump on it because I bet you they're going to get heavy action and change it.
Yeah, especially if you're watching this. So.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, for sure. All right. Well, excellent. I like those as well. I'm going to, since I'm jumping out of my seat here, I'm just sticking, my stack is Philly. I mean, I got to, listen to these.
Hey, Coach, before you get to your stack, I want to do my BVP play so we don't forget that.
I want to put BVP and stacks together. That's why I'm just sort of jumping all over the place here.
Go for it.
And then I'll let you take it from there. But I just haven't seen one this heavy this season and part of last season either. So I truthfully like 1 through 8.
Wow.
I mean, there's not a guy that I think it can hit Walker. Now, how long is Walker going to stay in? Probably not a ton, but they don't have the greatest bullpen in the league anyway.
Right.
If everybody can just get 2 at bats against them, I'm good. So listen to some of these numbers. And again, we follow BVP. If it's 10 or 15 at bats, it counts. I don't care. People that say, oh, you have to have 100 or 200 at bats. Baloney. I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. I've seen it. So Segura, 3 for 10 with a homer. Hoskins is only 1 for 7. So that's the guy, even though I like him, I just think he's going to get pitches to hit because right behind him, Harper 3 for 10 with a homer. Castellanos 2 for 6 with a homer. Realmuto 3 for 8 with a homer. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I know.
5 for 10. 5 homers, dude. 5 homers in 10 at bats against Walker. 7 RBIs. Then you have Baum, who hit a bomb for me the other day to get me in the cash line. He's 4 for 10 with a homer.
Yep.
And even Gregorius, 4 for 16 with an RBI and a stolen base. I mean, how's that for Murderers Row?
Yeah. Yeah, they've definitely been hitting the heck out of him.
So that's my stack, my BVP and everything. So now you can go. Go ahead.
So my BVP play is going to be on the opposite side. It's Francisco Lindor. He's 3,800 on FanDuel, 5,400 on DK. He's 349 against Gibson with 15 hits and 43 at bat. So a large sample size. Hasn't hit a home run against him yet, but I do think that might change tonight. So I do think that's a good possibility. And then as far as stacks go, yeah, you have the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Rockies at Coors, but I like the Braves again against Dane Dunning. I think that's a good stack. This Travis Demerit kid has been impressive. So if he's in the lineup again, I definitely like him. Matt Olson, of course. Ronald Acuna Jr. should be back in the lineup. And Dansby Swanson has definitely been getting on a heater, so I like him too. And then also the Brewers, I like them again against Justin Steele. Mainly the righties here with McCutchen and Adames and Renfroe. Which Renfroe, he's been hot, and so is Adames. They both have been lately, and McCutchen too. Actually, now that I think about it, so those guys have been really good this week. So I like all three of them. A lot of their lefties have struggled against Steele, like Yelich and Peterson and the guys that hit some home runs last night. And that would be, besides that, I would say probably the Mets, but I don't know if I'm going to stack the Mets. I really like Lindor, and I also like, who was the other player? Oh, Brandon Nimmo was the other one I liked. So.
Very nice. Yeah, I also like that Atlanta stack. I think it can be very sneaky. Again, we all know, and why pick any pick of the Yankees, Dodgers, or the Coors game, because those are always going to be overplayed and stacked.
Yeah.
But I think that Atlanta lineup can put up some runs here. Also, that I agree with you. I don't think the Mets are going to get shut out by any stretch. And, I'm stacking the Phillies from 1 to 8. So I love the over in that game as well. I think there's a lot of runs. And I think a lot of DFS points too. So good stuff all the way around there. HR call, obviously, I mean, you have to be a blind squirrel not to take our man Schwarber here. I mean, 5 homers and 10 at bats against the guy. I mean, I'll take those odds anytime. I also like Olson, as I picked him on my PrizePicks play. I like him going deep today too. I am not a Dunning guy at all. So I think you're going to get some multiple home runs. Hopefully I can come at your 5 homers yesterday. That's what I'm trying to catch.
Yeah, that was wild. I do want to mention, and with this Coors game, you've got the Reds. They've got a minor league call-up guy making his major league debut tonight in Coors. Just that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, yeah. Poor Reds, man. They just gave away everybody, and now they're horrible.
Yeah,
just tough if you're a Reds fan. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Our old man Tyler's probably spitting up blood.
Yeah, and Collins, a Reds fan too. So
I know I didn't want to rub it in on him, poor guy.
Yeah, I know. So for my home run call, I had Kyle Schwarber as well. So no surprise there. I mean, the numbers are just ridiculous. So
too late. You can't take him. You have to pick a second one because I took him.
If I was going to give a second one, I would take Lindor. That would be my other one.
Okay. Excellent. And we didn't mention it at the beginning, but we are going to throw together 2 brains are better than one for the first time this Major League Baseball season.
We are.
FanDuel GPP 2 brains are better than one. And I'm excited about this because I have been really, now that, of course I'm a basketball guy in NBA, but now the games are dwindling. Mm-hmm. We have no NBA today. And now that we're down to, the semis in each conference, there's going to be a lot more time and attention to give to the wonderful baseball world here. And this is when we were red hot last year too.
Oh,
so
yeah, no.
I'll just make it easy. Kyle Schwarber, $3,200 outfield.
I like it, obviously, but where's my entry here?
Oh no,
I don't usually use the website. I'm used to using the app on my phone.
I'm hoping you delay long enough that I get the first 2 picks. You're on the clock. Is that din, 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 din. We had to listen to that NFL draft music 9 million times. So
right. Okay, so
no pressure.
How much is he?
3,200.
3,200. Okay, there he is. All right.
3,200. That's it.
I'm gonna take. Where is he? Brent. Wait.
All right.
He's too cheap. He's too cheap. I got to take McCutcheon at 2,500.
Yeah, why is he so cheap?
I don't know, but I'll take it.
Seems like a misprice to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, McCutcheon, 2,500. Matt Olson, first base / catcher, 3,800.
Okay.
So I got both my home run guys in there. So we got 2. I'm hoping.
We need a pitcher, don't we?
Yeah.
I'll take for this lineup GPP. Yeah, I'll take Chad Cool. We'll save some salary here.
Chad Cool, too cool for school. In Colorado, you have some courage.
Mm-hmm.
I give you the courage badge today.
I mean, like I said, if he can pitch that well against the Phillies in course, I think he can get past the Reds, but we'll see.
You know what? I'm all right with that play. Again, GPP, we want to have a little bit different twist to it. So there's nothing wrong with that. This is you may not agree with this pick, but he hit a bomb for me last time, so I'm going a bomb again for a third baseman, Alec Baum.
Okay.
I want to spread out that stack in Philly a little bit.
I'm going to go with a Rocky here. I'm going to take Ryan McMahon at second base.
McMahon at second, which allows me to spend some money. 3,900, Nick Castellanos.
Okay. So we're going with another Philly guy.
Yeah, so that's my last Philly guy. I won't get nutty on you here.
I like this guy, Demerit, and I bet they haven't moved his price at all, and he'll probably still be lower owned. So I can find him.
He's second base, 2,200.
He's second base. Okay. I wasn't sure where DraftKings, he's in the outfield. You know how FanDuel is. They always have these weird.
I mean, you can take him for $2,200 if you want.
Yeah.
But you'd have to bump your other guy, right?
No, I'm going to put him in the utility.
Oh, you're putting Demerit in utility?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I find him.
Who was your second baseman? McMahon?
Mm-hmm.
And he's 3,800?
Yeah.
Okay. So that leaves me $5,000 for a shortstop?
Yeah. We'll probably have to move somebody else.
Well, I'll take Trey Turner if you're giving him to me.
Okay, yeah.
So that leaves us $900 to buy up. I may move off a bomb. Let me see. There's one guy I was looking at.
You can't get to Riley.
You know who I'd like to get to here? DJ LeMahieu. I'd like to have one Yankee in there anyway.
Okay.
So that leaves us 200. So we're good. So it's Chad Cool, Matt Olson, Travis Demerit, DJ LeMahieu, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Andrew McCutcheon, Nick Castellanos, and Ryan McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our very first two brains are better than one MLB build of this season.
Yeah.
So there we go. A couple of things real quickly. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the time to hit that thumbs up. That means a lot to us. We have these podcasts in front of the paywall for NBA and MLB every day. We've got one every week for PGA. And really the thing that matters to us is if you're watching on YouTube, you hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and click the little alert in the corner there so it lets you know when any of our podcasts post. If you're listening on any of our podcast landing spots like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, take a second, give us a 5-star, and make a quick comment. The big news about that is if you do it today, this is the last day of the month. Today is April 30th. So what we do is we draw at the end of each month one person through our randomizer. Colin will do that this evening, and they get a 1-week free membership, all access to Coach Talk. So if you have a chance to do that, today would be the day to do it. We want to thank, again, our presenting sponsor, PrizePicks, prizepicks.com, and use the promo code Coach Talk, get that free match up to $100. And then, of course, if you enjoy and want to see more of what we're doing and be in our Discord throughout the day, and see the core builds, the clipboards, the full lineups on Yahoo and Fanduel, all of that as a member of Coach Talk. You can get that by going to dfscoachtalk.com. All of it is explained there. All of the information about Coach Talk is there as well. And then, of course, on Twitter, if you want to follow us there or give us some comments, we're all at DFS Coach Talk. I am at Joe Sarvati, and the man, the myth, the legend right there at JP Davis 1982. That is it, my friend. Do you have any final words other than the fact that we're cleaning house tonight? That's all I'm saying.
Sounds good to me. I mean, it would be really nice to be able to go back-to-back nights, making a lot of money. That'd be good.
I think it would be good. I'm shooting for 5 homers in my lineup, and I'll be posting them all in Discord. I'm going to have
Fred for 6, Coach.
I'll take 6, but if I can get the time, happy. So you're going to get to see Homer Simpson in slow motion, that GIF. You'll see the left-handed bat. You'll see the Darth Vader Homer with.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all the home run GIFs ready. Fred Flintstone, they're ready to go. So
yeah,
let's get it. Let's get after it. You can also check out later this afternoon. We're going to post our NBA podcast for Sunday's action. We're going to post it today because we have all the news we need. We wanted to give everybody a little extra time today and tomorrow since it does start earlier on Sunday for the NBA playoffs. So check that out as well. If you're looking to play some final round action for PGA tomorrow, we do have our PGA podcast already posted, and we do have most of our guys, mentioned in that podcast, and they're all through to the cut. Mm-hmm. So maybe that gives you some ideas also for that. All right, man. Appreciate it. Fun podcast today. Let's stay hot, keep it going, and check us out later today. Definitely for those other podcasts, and we'll be back tomorrow. Sunday podcast tomorrow. Who is doing MLB? Is it both of us?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll both be on there again. We won't have probably the 2 brains unless we take something down, but maybe we will. But we'll be on there to break down the Sunday games for you as well. So thank you for listening in. Have a wonderful Saturday, and hopefully tomorrow we just have all kinds of good news to talk about. So
absolutely.
Appreciate you, and have a great one. We'll be back tomorrow when we look to crush it in MLB, DFS, and PrizePicks.